Select your character.
What's going on, everybody? Here for a real fighting game?
What, Smash Brothers? Can the microphones pick up Smash Brothers okay?
I mean, personally, I'm looking forward to Finish Strike 2.
Here they have 0 frames.
Yeah.
The first game to predict your inputs have -2 frames of lag.
Yeah. They thought it was not humanly possible. They did not know Sir Lin.
Oh no, I want to throw. Wait, the game already teched for me.
Yeah.
Finally, Nathan doesn't have to worry about TRM. By the time he does it, it's already teched.
Damn it, I wanted to carry that. Oh, good.
Yeah. Next evolution of units will just be the game. The game automatically splits with the elastic. And you can choose which one by holding down a button.
And the best part is you don't have to hold down a button. So
Thank you.
yeah. They're just gonna make Soul have such large muscles in Kane's head. And Johnny is gonna have a 3 frame.
Full patch now. Unpath ears, no shakes on the rest of it.
Potemkin will lose health gradually throughout the match at the beginning of the match. For no reason. He just will. Oh, you can kick the combo. It's just kind of tight. It's not even that bad, honestly. It just wasn't good.
Damn this dumb control stick.
You know, I was gonna say I'm glad you didn't punish my burst, but then I remembered I'm still Venom and you're still Holy Soul, and I'm still in the corner. So you may as well punish the burst.
It's always weird, because at level 1, you're like, oh, actually,
Lycan's a little bit better in this game than Rev 2.
just a tiny bit.
She did get buffed in the latest patch for Rev 2, right?
Yeah.
So she's not bottom tier anymore.
Not answer.
Or answer.
Wow, what an answer.
What an answer!
What an answer.
That skill is still the best one. Never gonna see it.
Maybe I should be done with this. Link bomb tech.
I think that for Exhort, they're gonna have like 40 technology throughout this. But what do you mean?
The way that they do their right now, they have to basically not carry.
Oh yeah, because they have to do like really weird stuff to get that 2.5 million.
Well,
Please select your character. Heaven or
Man,
hell?
hell sure is peaceful.
2 1, let's rock.
I backed him.
I wanted. Naturally.
2
They don't get it.
let's rock.
I mean,
Smart. Oh no, wait, that was
probably just
6
slash.
Counter. Counter.
track, I won.
Please select your character.
There are no
I'd
trophy
be
fighting.
afraid if he was.
Assist trophy, I mean.
Assist trophy.
Yeah, there are no more trophies in the game. They're spirits.
Oh, okay.
2 1, let's
But you still have assist trophy. Ooh, ooh, it's like I think
How
I hit
does
Ryu.
spirits
Right.
work?
You think that's Ryu?
No, they're all like, you know, the
Who's that Pokemon?
they're all deep cuts of like Nintendo, and like you can get like third-party lore in there.
They're just like a picture that has stats that buffs your character.
Yeah, and so yeah, in certain modes.
So it's sort of like how amiibos work. Too.
Yeah. And then you can kind of like feed those spirits to your amiibo to power them.
I don't know
up later.
why I did that. No.
Ryu joins the battle. That's right.
True.
Ryu.
Yeah, with his mechanic of doing different normals by holding the button down.
I'm gonna
Not
like
a thing in Street Fighter.
I'm gonna hook up my fight stick and see if I can play Smash Brothers, but with Ryu on my fight stick, because you can do all the regular like the Hadouken and the all the quarter circles.
The Mamma Mia.
I figured.
It's really dumb. You know how Smash comes up with like games
Oh no!
You can match that.
I was reacting to both of those things.
Never don't mash against. Always mash stagger against her. That's. You can also mash
Please
up.
select your character.
This Smash player is like Ryu found out that if you input the Hadouken while you're putting up for edge, the info will carry over.
Oh, nice.
And so he named it Mamma Mia instead of, personal VP. Or he tried to.
Oh, I got Shadow the Hedgehog. This trophy.
Heaven or hell? Duel.
I heard Shadow is the big one people want him to add.
Alright, to finish my point I was making earlier though, like the game might suffer from like too many character syndrome, and they're only like that's bad because now everybody's gonna think, oh man, they got so many characters, I'll have my character in here for sure, and then they won't be in there. And then they'll inevitably be disappointed, even though there are like something like 95 goddamn selectable unique character skins.
You know, my thing is I don't get why they even bothered with what are they called? Salon fighters?
Echo Fighters?
Echo fighters. When, like, they already did the thing with Bowser Jr. where it's the same character gameplay-wise, but they just have a completely different skin.
Because the Echo Fighters are...
Well, the X characters.
Yeah, but it's like at that point, why even bother?
I mean, it's basically like a free character they can add.
Yeah, it's like they already made them, like in the game, like with, you know, Pit and Dark Pit, for example, or I would use Mario and Dr. Mario as an example, but they're actually not Echo Fighters.
Yeah, but it's a little more like Marth and Lucina, Ken and Ryu. The Alex are actually
Like they already existed, and they wanted them to still be selectable characters, but not look like they're taking up a slot, so it made sense.
Yeah, I think I just might have preferred... Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see why.
They already existed, they're gonna bring them back in. So.
Yeah, I almost want to say that I wish they had just made them be reskins instead of being their own character, but people would not like
But there are also characters that are reskins. So all the Bowser Jr.'s, Alph and Olimar, like the male-female versions of some characters.
What I was kind of surprised about is I really thought that...
So it's kind of both ways.
I really expected Isabelle to just be a reskin of Villager, but no, she's... Like, she's not even an Echo Fighter, right?
Oh, she's her own character, yeah. Or it could be like, kind of like a Dr. Mario and Mario, like a Villager and Isabelle kind of thing. For whatever reason, Nintendo said, nope, they're completely different characters. Okay, Sakurai, you're the boss.
It's a nice combo.
You can do, I think, I know the well is... I don't know,
I haven't even been using his charge moves.
Marcus Raid is really good. Marcus Raid is a fantastic preemptive anti. I think someone is about to hit you or base Marcus Raid.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, like, just not letting people get out of the room almost feels better than sucks. You really earned that. That's not a 50-50. You just earned that. Why not?
Who's that Pokemon?
I don't think it's Pokemon.
Why not? Isn't that? Okay, so his super does not have any inspiration. No! I think, or well, actually, wait. If you,
Dark Angel. Don't count. Dark Angel.
it might have like a frame. But you know, at that point, it's not even reliable.
You need only one aim. I guess like being up.
Heaven or hell? Duel.
Trying to like act that.
See ya, Peach. Oh, he just lives. Right. Real perfect.
Yeah, have you guys played Fexel?
Oh yeah, I love that. I got it for PC.
Yeah, same here. I love how taunts are only a few characters have them and they're full screen. Yeah, like Shadow Geist. And then, like, when the game came out, it was just like Shadow Geist taunt was full screen punch. But then, when they patched the game for something, they just made it 2 punches. And like nobody really understands why they did that. Nobody's complaining, it's just a very weird change from it.
I'm just doing a.
Yeah, I always like it
four-player-
when
four-player
taunts are
match.
different. Yeah.
Please select your character.
Well, that sucks.
Customized a Mii fighter yet? Oh, you know what? I got.
Nah, I never liked the Mii fighters. I have all my amiibo though. I need to like tag them all in and then repower them up. Got 9 amiibo. Oh dear.
Oh, apparently, online CPUs have like AI now.
Yeah, they are a lot tougher. I'm noticing. I play a level 9.
What if just for the memes, you're hard coded to just run off the stage if you play as Luigi and you don't input anything? And that is why you option select. Like my sweep is a really good low profile, and I'm still annoyed that Kai can do that.
Duo, let's rock. Counter.
Yeah!
Oh no! I got the bomb.
How do you refill your HP?
Shield. Yeah, dodge. Shield and down and down and Counter! Counter! Counter!
Oh, down and down.
Lunge counter!
I love the announcer in this game. He sounds so sick. Whoa.
Give me one more unlock here. There it is. It's gotta be Roy, I think. But which Roy? Roy's our boy. Oh no, it's Ike. Roy's our boy. Roy's our boy.
I don't know if you can the dubious curve.
Oh, really? It's, you mean he like kind of goes up in the air a bit?
No, you
Just don't get hit by trash. That makes sense. Yeah, because he kind of lifts his, like,
Boom! Shakalaka. Ike joins the battle. Alright, that's different. Alright, let me get on there next one a bit.
I like the little bugs in the background.
Please select your character.
I also got Into the Breach.
You guys can jump in at any point, by the
Yeah,
way.
I'll get on
He's
this.
gonna hop in next.
Start.
One, let's rock.
Soul only, final destination, no items.
Can't wait to watch this on Twitch later just to see the one guy watching the stream who says, use ball more. Because you know somebody's going to criticize it.
Well, basic. Yep. You know your combos, and then you know go sweaty.
There's that one Disney film with Donald Duck where he's learning math through billiards. You should watch that too.
Oh yeah.
That should be required viewing for any Venom player.
Wow. Duo, let's rock.
Whoa, I did not expect that to happen. Like, I was not even I wasn't expecting crossing. I was just blocking the wrong way like an idiot.
Okay. You did it accidentally on purpose.
90% of the time, it works 100% of the time. Every
Oh
time.
my god, that dumbass setup.
It's Rush.
Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duo, one, let's rock.
Yeah. What is that just a combo tool in this game?
It's the only way you can get it. Oh. Occasionally you'll see people.
Like the double head morbid itself knocks down.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Was that an FRC?
Oh my god, it's a Nintendo.
Right.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
adorable.
fucking screen.
Oh, but it's so cute.
Yay.
Look at oh, sorry. Come back, little Nintendo. No, the stage, right? Awesome. Yeah, it's nice to get all the stages from a 3DS game. And before I came over
want to
here,
say
I
that
was
was a
listening.
tech trap, but that was just a missing.
I was listening to all the music. Like, why can't I unlock characters by listening to music?
You unlock stages too, or they are?
No, all stages are there. All the other new stages once you get the DLC stuff.
Aren't the DLC back yet?
No, not that yet. I mean, it's $60 for the amount of game you get. It feels like you're robbing somebody. No, I'm more than happy to pay $85 for the game, because that's more than reasonable for what's in it.
What are you talking about?
Macros. Like, so the base game, the air quotes base game is $60, but I mean that's a desert island game. You can only bring one game to a desert island. Might as well be Smash Brothers.
Please select your character.
$25 for
Hooray. Hey.
course, we'll have 8-player Smash Brothers later.
Yeah, of course. He's
Yeah.
bringing 7 controllers. I have 1. So I don't know this one.
How many each?
Too many. Too many Iska players.
Heaven or
Yeah, we got to do this one.
You can never have to.
Who's that Pokemon?
Sometimes I just want to make the testing and backdash towards my.
Please
Something for
select
Smash.
your character.
That guy for
More anime for Smash.
Tetris block for Smash.
All shit Tetris Block for
I
Smash.
cannot wait for Yoku's.
No, you know who, if you're gonna add a KOF player to Smash, you know they're just gonna spite everybody and add Alex. Yeah.
Oh, the Terry Bogard wannabe?
Yeah. The character that everybody just knows as is not Blue Mary.
Yeah.
And then they added Blue Mary's DLC. You know Skullomania from Fighting X Slayer, he's in or
Yeah,
actually,
he's in SNK Hero.
yeah, or she is, I suppose I should say.
Right. What is my life?
Well, Anchor hits, I'll do that for you, wouldn't it?
Duo, let's rock.
Hold on to this anchor for me.
Yeah, what is this? That's a 4? Man, Guts is Guts scaling is really something. I thought that Super's gonna kill by itself.
So, in this game, there's a little Easter egg kind of thing where Japanese characters have to be based on the entire game. Made in Japanese.
Cause she is actually Japanese.
Yes.
Oh, was that like not lore yet in XX?
No, it is.
She doesn't really do anything Japanese.
No one knows. Except for like,
Nino knows.
yeah.
Japanese, what does that even mean?
Yeah. What is that? You mean like chip?
Chip, for some reason, is sort of
Oh wait, oh yeah, he does.
but it doesn't matter because his defense is
See, I thought the reason he had, like that's why it's like to make it so his defense isn't way too bad. Like it's bad, but they don't want it to be ridiculous. Because he's a weeb.
See, when that TV show would have been called Do You Have It? Or Do You Have It?
Hey, new
It's new follower.
follower.
Thanks for following.
Hi.
Your name will appear on my phone in just a moment, and I can call you out and say thank you.
If you have any criticism for my Venom play, then please don't share it, because it'll hurt my feelings.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate the follow.
Thanks, Matt.
We play Guilty Gear every Friday. At least for now.
Yeah, no, we also play Smash.
Well,
For a real game.
yeah, I'm playing some sort of Smash game right now.
Yeah, it's some kind.
Yeah, it's a real fighting game.
Yeah.
It would have had I not hit you.
No, it would have if I didn't jump instead of getting down.
Heaven or hell.
So when's Guilty Gear? Oh right, it's coming out on Switch, isn't it?
Now, speaking of people who say things about fighting games that are inaccurate, when I was in high school, some guy I knew, he brought Soul Calibur 5 to school, and like this is before I really got into fighting games, so I didn't question him when he told me this. He said, and I quote, "Doing combos is disrespectful and rude. You should not do it." And
The game says to fight.
yeah, just doing the same combo over and over. It's so cheap.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Character should be made. Get big and all her normals.
You know, I gotta say, like, even in this game, I never found myself getting particularly impatient with the length of the combos. Maybe I just haven't been playing enough, I don't know. But, like, as far as anime games go, Guilty Gear has reasonable length in its combos.
Yeah, Plus Star is really good about that.
Yeah. And then they added Ramlet Hall. So she summons those dolphins out of like magical thin air. But where do they go? Do they just like
go back to
flop
their
around?
tank.
Oh,
Heaven or
Not
hell.
dolphin safe.
Duel.
not safe for dolphins. You know, I think Sega's missing a golden opportunity. They should put May in Dead or Alive 6. When she summons dolphins, it's Echo the Dolphin. Yeah. Pixelated and everything, even though it's a 3D game. Just figure it out. Have a whale of a time.
Change the name. A couple leftover beers.
I think I'm good. All four of those are mine. Yeah.
Like if it's Smirnoff, that's like one beer.
Is that illegal though?
No, she's like 37. That's exactly. According to X, it's like 30.
I thought she's 22.
Yeah.
She is an adult.
She's older than Hilda.
Yep. True fact.
I don't think they even like.
I don't think there's even a magical explanation for that either. I think she just looks really young for some reason.
Perfect dish. Get on the dolphin. You wanted to get on the dolphin.
Mr. Dolphin, my friend.
Heaven or hell? Duel. Let's rock.
Not safe for dolphins. So what's even happening in the background of this stage? What is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, the Cyclops. Yeah.
Duel. Let's rock.
Yo, I'm like, the more I look at the backgrounds, it is impressive how much work they had to do to get that guy down. He has a sword in every one of his fingers. He's tied up in chains. He's got shackles around him. And there's spikes going all over him.
And they have to have all those mages to keep him like satiated or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why I expected something different.
What the?
You ever
Wait.
do anything different. That's Rusted Rolling, that's only in the black stage.
The what? She should have that. That looked awesome. Whale, whale, whale. Look what we have here. You know, you complain, but you're doing this combo right now.
Oh, I am actually. I'm just not getting the block on the last match.
Yeah, well, you know. I had to land
Get good.
close.
Yeah.
I had to land on like raw close slash to do that. I deserve like the only.
Come on, man. You just have to kill the dolphins. People do that all the time.
People normally have 6P. I don't. I have a really terrible navigation.
Yeah.
Grizzle had like a decent 6P his entire game. He able to anti-air, he able to challenge things.
Yeah. It's almost like they needed him to be balanced because his offensive power is already so good. Alright. I forgot Zappa's sword is in this game. They don't really care about balance.
Right. I deserve that. I tried to land Dragon Install entire round.
Duel. Let's rock.
I gotta say, May's theme is really good. Like, it sounds like just the theme song of a TV show.
It was written by Why did I...
What an answer.
What an answer. You know,
Oh, counter to change!
spin to win, or lose in this case.
That killer whale for a bomber. It's a +1. Don't you ever think about 3K again.
Okay all day.
You will after that shit.
In Guilty Gear and in CBS 2. 2K all day.
That's 3K in
Kick.
Oh, okay.
Not directional.
Okay.
You see, it's a play on the different
Yeah,
systems
yeah.
in use.
I thought you were like
Or
talking about
notation.
Kyo or Rochinagi, and I'm like, or Kyo just for kicks.
Well, actually, no, Kyo's got it too, but different.
Okay. So far in Guilty Gear. So like honestly, just from playing now, I feel like I should probably just stick with Venom. You know, there's not a lot of Venoms. I'm really good with them. But I was looking at Johnny earlier because he's actually fun in this game.
Johnny player.
Like yeah, he's good in Exard, but he's fun in this game.
There's a lot
But
of good Johnny resources because a lot of people who talk on the Discord are Johnny players. Like Tono, Win0, they play Johnny.
yeah. What I've never quite understood is why it doesn't just always say what level he's at.
Because they
It didn't even used to say what his level was. Last version, that was fun.
Like even in Rev 2, it just doesn't always say it, and like it's not like it's helpful to hide that information from their opponent. They're probably just keeping track of it. Too.
See, you think that,
I
but
have to
people
put Ben
don't.
to work to actually keep track of it, yeah.
So here's the thing. You would think people would keep track of what level he's at. People don't even keep track of what
Oh yeah,
He's got the meter right there.
yeah, that's a good point.
like I've done. Ordersoul has an advanced mechanic where he is level 2 and level 1
Yeah, you kind of like you press D right before
Yeah,
it's coming, right?
and I've done that, and people just hurt Lynch and all because they thought it was another one.
Yeah, I think Order Soul looks cool, but I don't know. There's something about just like keeping charges and all that. I could never quite get
I'm
it.
just gonna put this out here. Probably would have won if you didn't press 3K.
What's the point? What's the point? I'm gonna win my way, damn it!
Man, think
like
about
Bullet
it. We're
Game.
playing an anime game that isn't Dragon Ball Fighters. If he has a low, he wants to use it. The joke there for all those new gamers.
Oh my god, why does every one of your buttons have
Fighters
There's almost cute
just
anime girls.
not every character has a light low attack.
For some reason.
Yeah, and then
Did not
also
mean to do it there.
Dragon the throw Dragon Rush. That's actually really slow in fighters,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's like it's not 5 frames like most.
It's
graphics
like
are.
a 16 frame tech, and you can press just a button to tech out of it. You don't need to press the actual throw button.
Yeah, and so then at a certain point, there's very little reason not to just block. So it's like, and I know I might get help for this. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but it's honestly kind of the same thing as Street Fighter V, where there's not a lot of defensive options, but there just also aren't a lot of offensive options, and they think that makes up for it, but it just makes the game more boring as a result.
Yeah.
Which really sucks for me because I love Dragon Ball Z. It's one of my favorite things ever. but it's just not a very fun fighting game.
Yeah, it gets stale really fast.
I kind of see. I guess I can kind of understand where they're coming from. Because, like, another complaint I have is how the characters are really samey. But I think a lot of all that stuff together, it's kind of because the game. At first, it seemed like it was a game for fighting for the FGC, but it's really not. It's a fighting game.
You were dead on
It's
the
a
screen.
proper fighting game for DBZ fans who are so used to only getting these like mediocre Budokai games that don't really involve skill. Which, no, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but like it also can get kind of old after a while. So, to their credit, I'm sure they brought a lot of new people into fighting games, and that's a reasonable thing to do. So, while it's not perfect, I see where they're coming from. Because by making every character the same, you can always know how to play your favorite character.
Yeah.
So it's not great, but we have all these other fighting games. It's okay to do that, and. Yeah.
Eventually, everybody will be playing +R.
Yeah, everybody.
Once they'll realize this is the better game.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, Dragon Ball
Mike
FighterZ is an inferior game.
When
I'm
are we
going to
gonna
play
get
a better
a
one.
Guilty Gear Tag Fighter?
We already do. It's called Peace.
Heaven or hell. Do one.
Tag out on opposite. Also, we have BB too.
Yeah, I will say though, like for a fighting game, it's not great, but for a Dragon Ball Z game, it is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if you're not just paying attention to the gameplay, like there is basically nobody in the game. There's nobody that's not in the game that should be in the game. They have pretty much everybody. Yeah, they don't have Videl or like Bojack or anything like that.
Where's
but-
Mr. Satan?
Or Mr. Satan. Yeah, that would be nice if they had. See, that's what Hyper Fighting Z is for.
Yeah.
For the fan game.
Do
But
rock.
like TN's level 3 is Shinki Toho.
Yeah, yeah.
Android 18's heavy attack is the kick that broke Vegeta's arm. They know.
Yeah,
They just know.
They got it very well done for presentation.
Yeah, like
The game is phenomenal for presentation.
yeah, and at a certain point, that's not a failure. And the game sold really well. Yeah. And what's weird to me is like there are all these very real complaints about it as a fighting game, yet it's such a huge esport.
Well, it just goes to show that esports doesn't. It's not an esport game because it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game gets old and stale very fast, and you're just playing the same game every time.
Eggs.
What's my excerpt?
That's what makes a good esports game.
I actually think Excerpt's a good game. It's just overshadowed so much by +R.
Yeah. Like if +R didn't exist,
Yeah, like Excerpt's better than BlazBlue, it's better than BB Tag, it's better than a lot of these other games out there. But +R is just like
I have no strong
good.
opinion comparing those because I've never played a BlazBlue game for more than 5 minutes. Huh? Which one's Naruto?
One that requires micro dash.
the punching Ragnar guy.
Yeah, he's Ragnar, but if
Oh, the blood guy?
Yeah.
Doesn't, what's his name, the
I'm gonna
ninja,
give you 50%.
Bang?
Big Shishigami?
Yeah, doesn't Bang, isn't one of his trials, like, it's not even a useful combo, it's just teaching you that he can stay in the air for like 20 minutes straight or something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
in the original CD, by the time time the combo DVDs came out, all the combos on them were unpaid and useless.
I still have that DVD.
Still have it, 'cause I see it.
I have it because I got the collector's edition of CT when it came out.
Do people still play CT now that tag is out?
No.
No one plays anything that is.
Oh, you mean CF? CT.
Sorry,
We're talking about Calamity triggers.
Sorry, I always get them mixed up because like
They all begin with C.
they're so close to each other. But Central Fiction is the newest one that's not tag, right? And do people still play Fiction? Oh, 2.0.
Yeah, it was an update they had at Juve.
What was that?
After Evo 27.
Right when it died. Because everyone was like, man, I love this game. Azrael at 9, fucking dumb. And then the patch came out and they're like, don't worry guys, we got your feedback. We buffed 9 and Azrael. I actually don't know if they did. They certainly didn't fix them.
Going bad.
They certainly didn't fix them. They also made Arakune.
Whatever they did, it made Arakune way worse to go with.
Which one's 9?
Wait, no, Arakune already won Evo. It was already dumb. Remember?
But here's the thing, like I'm very, very against deleting characters in a fighting game. But I'm for deleting Arakune from Blade Blue.
Arakune is especially.
Or
like,
if you're gonna
the
keep
first-
him in, make him that theoretical floppy fish from Tekken 3.
The first game.
Take that
so,
Arakune.
the original BlazBlue Arakune was fine. That was
No.
just throw clouds until you get these.
No, he was
fine.
boring, is the
Yeah,
thing.
but like,
Whether he was good or bad, he was
that's
so
a
boring to
fine,
play against.
that's a fine direction to take a character. Invisible four-way mix-ups is not a fine direction.
Doesn't the wolf guy have that though?
No, you can see him, and it's only high low.
Oh! I thought you meant unreactable. You mean Arakune literally becomes invisible?
Literally becomes
Yes,
invisible
he
and
is
has
literally
horror
invisible, and you don't get to know when he's getting you. Just know that there's no mix-up. It's kind of something.
And is it like Chip invisible where it
No,
kind of
it's
fades in and out?
legitimately
Wow.
like tiny little.
every now and then. It's not like it always has It's not quite as good as 12's taunt from Third Strike, but
Oh my god, that was
Yeah, but to be fair, he's also better than 12 in every other way.
12 was the best character in Third Strike too.
Nerf Q.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen that guy who plays Q really well? They need to nerf Q.
This is my Calamity Trigger limited edition.
So yeah, nope. So do people still play Central Fiction? I'm sorry if I asked that.
Yeah, people still play CF.
Yeah, I might get into it again. The only thing is like, is it even worth is the PC version really bad or something? Because I remember reading on the Steam community that there are like a lot of
unreleased.
Oh, but they patched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the bonus disc. It has all these, it's a combo video taught by like the best players in the US of how to do certain combos for CT. But when they were interviewed, like, by the time the game got released in console, it was already all irrelevant.
Because, like, they just discovered new tech.
Yeah. Just to show, like, how important new tech is to CT strategy. If you get Marvel 2, it's like, well, we're gonna buff the characters that suck. Like, launch Marvel 2. Sentinel was considered the second worst character in Marvel 2. Roll was the worst. Sentinel was better than Surfbot, or worse than Surfbot.
Yeah, dude, Sentinel on here.
Sentinel was so big, he was just a huge target, and he's so slow and so hard to use. So everyone's like, Sentinel's horrible. And now he's one of the best characters in the game.
Was he already able to fly at that point?
No, he could fly, but people didn't understand the fly stopping and fly moving stuff.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't be able to do it.
I've tried to watch Marvel 2, but like all the videos are so crusty.
Yeah.
that I can't even follow what's happening.
Hey, real quick, 308 Caliber, the game's not active online as far as net play is concerned, just because the net play isn't very good. But there is a large online scene that talks in the Discord. I'll link the Discord in the chat, and you can go ahead and get it from there. Yeah, go ahead and continue.
Oh, were you talking to somebody in chat just now?
Yeah, chat. 308 Caliber was talking about if the game's active online.
This one or something?
This one.
Yeah. Yeah, we,
Yeah, face this mic here.
Oh, yeah, it has really bad netcode, but, like, we're at casuals right now, and, like, especially in Southern California, there's a lot of people who play it, but we do talk about it on Discord a lot, so, yeah. And we have a lot of great memes about large necks from some quality Floridians.
The meme channel, yeah.
Yeah, the backyard.
Yeah, so I linked the Discord invite in the channel. You're welcome to go in there. I'm the mod there.
And I'm Chow Wow. You'll probably recognize me later as that guy who talks about things as if he knows about them, but then forgets about FD.
Don't do it!
There's so many mechanics in this game.
The
man.
dolphin's supposed to cover me on that.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. I hit you when you hit the dolphin, and I hit you. Just shut up and let me do my thing.
Get good.
Horseplay says it's cool to see some fighting games when everyone else is playing Smash.
I know the feeling.
Ah, I get it.
Horseplay, are you trying to say that Smash is not a fighting game?
Smash is a legitimate thing.
Sure, Smash is a fighting game. I mean, UFC by THQ is a fighting game too. So there you go.
Yeah.
What do you do in the game?
Fight. Yep.
Ken and Ryu are in it. They're fighting.
Yeah, Ken and Ryu are in Smash Bros. Any game Ken and Ryu.
Super Mario Odyssey is an RPG because you're playing a role in a game.
Yeah. I remember talking to somebody about that. I was like trying
JRPGs are only JRPGs.
I was defining somebody. I was trying to define role-playing game. Like, no, if there's a game where you're doing a role of playing a character, then it's a role-playing game. So you're saying that. So I told him, you're saying that Metal Gear Solid's a role-playing game? Like, well, no. It's like, then it's not a role-playing game because the discussion was like whether Legend of Zelda is a role-playing game or not.
There's something to be said for Zelda being a role-playing game. Like it's arguable
While I'm jumping.
because
Why is it always gotta be me?
it's kind of an action. You can call it an action RPG maybe because you do have stats you level up, like your health, and your magic meter, and you get items.
So in Metal Gear Solid, you also level up your health, and you level up your stats, and you also get new items that upgrade.
And it
over
was
time,
made
too.
by a Japanese person, so it's a JRPG.
So it's a JRPG.
Obviously.
Yeah, so for me, an RPG is something where you get experience points to level
That's a
up.
fucking answer.
If you don't have experience points to level things up, you can't level them. The only one I can call for The Legend of Zelda is Zelda 2: The Adventure of Zelda.
That's a good point.
I'll call that one an RPG. The rest of them are fantasy adventure.
Did the CDI games have stats? Did the CDI games have... Because the CDI games, they were like Zelda 2. It's kind of ironic that the worst Zelda games ever made were modeled after Zelda 2.
Yeah.
Kind of
Well, they're more like fighting games because you press up to jump in those games.
Oh, yeah.
Die.
I heard somebody make a pretty... I saw a video that made kind of an interesting point that, it's less interesting to talk about if Smash is a fighting game than it is to talk about if the Smash community is really part of the FGC.
There you go.
That's kind of a better question.
That's a better
really.
question. Yeah, I agree.
100%.
I mean, ultimately, the question really revolves around our arena fighting games. And I think they are. They're just a subgenre of fighting game. And Smash Brothers is a platform arena fighting game, which is a sub-subgenre of arena fighting game, so it's a fighting game.
Yeah.
And we play puzzle games.
I mean, you remember that video series, Homogeneous Extreme Adventures? he had those Gundam games, didn't he? And those were supposed to be all fighting games, so I think that makes them a fighting game. Yeah. But he also made another interesting point, which is everybody talks about how, like, oh, Smash players are annoying. They only play Smash. They don't play any other fighting game.
Well, Leffen does.
But then, you know, there are a lot of people who, if Capcom isn't on the label, they just won't play it.
Yeah.
And they're being kind of shits too, in a sense.
I think a fair amount of those people though have kind of been looking around after Street Fighter V.
Yeah. And
Good on that.
you know what I hate? When people look at, like, a lot of these people who complain about the FGC, like, remember earlier on the Discord, Hamo linked that that tweet from that guy talking about
For Smash Brothers.
I'm not sure if it was Smash Brothers. I think he was saying how something like the FGC is fine with being called
yes,
esports.
yes.
That comment.
Yeah, it's esports comment.
Here's my thing about that. I'm making a guess here, but I feel I would not be shocked at all if when that guy talks about the FGC, he's talking about our Kappa.
So the thing is, that's the same guy who said that open tournaments shouldn't exist because potential sponsored players might lose. I would lose.
Is he also the guy who said that Capcom should incentivize buying DLC characters by making them top tier? Remember that?
I've heard that argument before.
Or maybe that was just what's that website? Something.
Esports.com?
Not esports.com. The guys who they're kind of like a fighting game news website. Maybe it's not sure you can.
Event Hubs?
Event Hubs, yeah, Event Hubs. It might have just been them who said it. But knowing Event Hubs, like, they probably just reposted it.
Yeah. It could have just been like an open question. Not like they're endorsing that that's what they should do. But like,
I read the article actually. Okay, actually, wait, no, I didn't. I don't know why I said
because
that.
the way it used to work was there's an update, and the update has new characters. But it also has like new special moves and tweaks and balance changes and things like that. If you want the new characters, you're gonna get the new update. But now you get the update, and you just have that single character where do you want to buy this character or not buy this character. And not a lot of people are like, you know, well, I want to make sure I have every character in the game. Some of them are just like, I only want to play a couple characters. And so if you're going to incentivize people to do that from a marketing standpoint, it makes sense to make them better characters. I think that the whole model is something that's going on right now. It's not something that works well.
Yeah, I understood when, like, Skullgirls did it because, you know, they are an indie company.
Yeah.
They kind of need to charge for DLC in order to stay afloat. What I think. Now, really, I think DLC characters should not be a thing, period. Like, downloadable, sure. Just, you shouldn't have to pay for them. But honestly, that's just not realistic anymore.
Well, I think probably the better way of doing it, because what they've always done since 1991, this has been going on, since before DLC was even a thing, Street Fighter was doing, now we have Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, and now we have Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, you know? And they're brand new games you have to pay full price for. And,
Well, those are arcade games, though, right?
well, I know, SNES too.
Oh, yeah, they were.
There's two regular Street Fighter 2s on SNES. Then there's Super Street Fighter 2 on SNES.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't know
there's
that.
essentially 3 Street Fighter 2s on SNES, and they're all full price when they came out. So maybe one way of doing it, instead of, you know, because people don't want to pay full price for a new game, which makes sense. I wouldn't want to either. But maybe for like a new patch, we could do like a half a game, which is an expansion pack. You know, a lot of video games do expansion packs. You got Diablo and stuff like that, where you pay $30. You get the patch with the 6 new characters, and there you go.
See, yeah, Honestly, I do kind of prefer the current system we have to the old system because it's not always super because even $30, that's still a fair amount of money, and people are not going to be too happy to know that they're not playing the most updated version of the game.
Right.
One thing I think would at least help is even if you don't own the character, like it's on the disc. You know what I mean?
It's with the download when they update the game.
Yeah. So I think one thing they should at least do is whether or not you own the character, you should be able to play them in training mode. So that way, like you can at least kind of, because then you can try them out and see if you like them or not. But then you're not going to really play them because it's only training mode. That's like a built-in way of making it a demo. And that way, that gets rid of the complaint that a lot of people have of I can't even lab against this character whether or not I want to play him.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be a good idea to maybe do that. 'Cause, you
Well,
know,
the thing is like they were saying, the way the market is right now, the companies are incentivized to make the new DLC characters really good, right? So how do we get them to keep making that same amount of money without incentivizing those characters from being too good? That's what we're looking at.
Well, no, I mean, Smash Brothers kind of got the right idea here. Is that you have the regular characters be like whoever's going to be in the game. Then you have the DLC characters.
Right.
except for Roy.
No, I'm actually very against guest characters being DLC characters because you run into this problem. This happens a lot, where they have the rights to the character for 5 years, and then after those 5 years, you can't buy the DLC or the game like anymore. This happened with Marvel 3 when Marvel 3 came out on PS3. They got rid of the DLC characters because they didn't own the rights to ship them. And you see that too with like Dead or Alive 5, like some of the costumes. Like the costumes are guest costumes, and they only have rights to sell it for so long, and after that they can't sell it anymore. You can't buy those costumes anymore in the game.
Yeah. Then there's also, you need to remember the unfortunate truth that these are companies, and their goal isn't always to make a good game. Their goal is to make money.
Yeah, and I can understand that.
Yeah, so...
But there's two different ways of making money, right? You can be EA, which makes a shitload of money. I mean, whatever EA is doing, they're still making a shitload of money. Or you can be like, you know what? We got into this business because we want to make video games. And we want to make money while we're making video games. But we don't want to be EA.
Yeah,
so there's a middle ground where you can make money and you can do that. And to be fair, making money, if one of your goals is to just make $2, fighting games are the wrong answer.
That's a good point. Capcom's noticed that.
Yeah.
Like, everybody thought when Street Fighter V came out, oh, Capcom just doesn't make good fighting games. But then, Devil May Cry 5. With bearded Dante.
I mean, what was the best-selling fighting game of all time? Like, not counting Smash Brothers.
Magical Tetris Challenge 2.
I mean, like if you look at Dragon Ball Fighters, right? That's huge for a fighting game for how much it sold.
Fighting game of the year.
And how much did it sell? 5 million copies, I think, something like that. That's nothing compared to like, you know, like a Battlefield, not this Battlefield, but like a normal Battlefield or Call of Duty, right? That's not. They're making 20 million.
Yeah, the other thing you need to ask yourself is, yes, there are other ways for them to make money, but they might not be willing to do it if it's not the easiest answer. It's complicated. So it's always nice. See, that's why you gotta support indie fighting games, because you know, if it's an indie fighting game, then you know they're focused on making a good game. Unless it's Fantasy Strike.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is every single version of any fighting game, the very first version is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. The best example of a good first version fighting game is Girl Mark and the Wolves, and that game has some very, very serious flaws when it comes to like, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, you want to endorse those games. And
Try to do a third strike throw.
yeah.
Do that sometimes.
I mean, I think naturally fighting games aren't that popular in general because of the way the genre works. Where it has to be 1 versus 1, and 50% of the time you're going to lose, and you can't just blame your party members on you losing.
Yeah,
And it's a long climb to get good, and during that long climb, you're going to be losing it 80% of the time.
the other thing too is fighting games just because of how they work. One of the most common complaints you hear about fighting games is there's not enough single-player content.
Yeah.
But they're just not built for single-player content.
Exactly.
It just doesn't work. Like, you see Soul Calibur is, like, the example of, like, the best single-player fighting game ever, and it's, like, not even, like, you watch people play it, and they're not even that entertaining.
They're not really playing it with making characters.
Yeah. Which, you know, if it's fun, but it's not that fun. I know that for a fact. One very interesting idea I heard somebody have is that, and the other complaint people have about fighting games is that the tutorials are never that good.
I swear to God, if you bring up unlocking special moves as you play this game, I start with the new unlock.
That sounds like a great idea.
Honestly, depending on how you do it, it might work.
Character's moveset is made to be as a whole. With the way Ryu game, there would be almost no reason to ever throw a Hadouken.
Didn't Mortal
Because
Kombat
people would jump at you and kill you. And they wouldn't learn, oh, the Shoryuken solves that problem. They would learn, wow, Hadouken fucking sucks.
Yes, but these would be CPUs. And the CPUs could be coded to not handle that.
And you learn, wow, Hadouken's fucking overpowered. Why would I ever use this Shoryuken?
And then they get better, like most video games do, where the enemies start to get better.
I will say though that the PS2 GameCube Xbox system, Mortal Kombat games had a beautiful single player.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, and 8 Mortal Kombats.
My first Mortal Kombat was actually... Yeah, my first Mortal Kombat was actually Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, like Deadly Alliance, Armageddon, and well, Armageddon especially. Armageddon is like the Smash Bros. Ultimate Opponent. Like 64 characters in that game. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like everyone was there.
I do think there is something to be said for make the don't even just make it in arcade mode, because honestly arcade mode kind of sucks in most fighting games. Instead, just make it a really, really big fleshed out tutorial. But even then, the problem is that's not perfect, because fighting games are specifically fighting against another person, not a CPU. And, like, you can't read a CPU. It just doesn't work.
Well, the CPU can read you afterwards.
Yeah. Read your inputs.
There's things that, like, when I was first playing Guilty Gear Midnight Carnival back in I got really into, like, the mission mode and stuff like that. I think that kind of stuff really helps out. You know, if you're really into the game and you want to play more one-player stuff, you'll try and do more mission mode stuff, and those really teach you a lot of things.
Yeah.
Without necessarily
I only
telling
bought
you
extra
to
because of this video.
Yeah, Revelator really did a lot with that. I feel like it wasn't perfect, but, like, compared to everything else, it was great.
Here's you working.
My only complaint about the mission mode in Exard is, like, yeah, I get the idea is it's not really telling you everything, it's just putting ideas in your head. But it's not exactly helpful when they give you examples of things that you couldn't, like, you're probably not gonna do in a real match.
Yeah.
Like blocking, like one of the missions is you can handle Zato's pressure by instant blocking his 2/, but it's like his raw 2/.
I think more of it is going to be like opening up your mind of this is something you can do, and now go out and find applications for it.
Yeah, I just think like at least maybe be a little bit better with showing the applications for it, like showing an actual situation where you use it. Because, okay, I'm not super good at Guilty Gear, so maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Generally, you're not gonna just instant block something raw on purpose. What?
Yeah, you are. You have to like deliberately time it so.
Plus our Zato has a gap in his pressure. First hit from Maru ID. That is the most popular mistake.
Yeah, so you just have to react now.
No, you just have to take Maru. Know when it's coming, and then ID. When I was fighting your Venom, if you ID the second hit, or if you ID the third hit,
Okay, well that's the third hit though, so you can kind of react.
No
Okay.
one's gonna do Mawaru raw. They're gonna do it in the middle of.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the mission mode example I was talking about, they're just talking about a raw 2/. And
That like Johnny 6K, or Johnny 5K, Johnny 6H.
you're doing it. Wait, 5K? Really? Oh, you're just predicting it at that point?
Johnny 2K.
Alright, well, okay, I guess I am. So, yeah, forget what I said. Okay,
Well, like I said, most of it is not telling you what to do. Because if they just tell you what to do, you're not learning anything. You're not learning how to play.
yeah, it's just
You tell
that.
you how to figure it out.
Yeah,
This is a tool you have, and now you go out and learn the application.
It's just that, honest to God, when I saw that mission, it made me think, well, I guess I'm just never going to be that good at the game because I can't react to something that fast. But they didn't really make it clear that if it's the first hit in a string, you're guessing, not reacting. I guess it's...
I guess it's you learn the situations where he's likely to drop it. Like I know the range Johnny critical.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it's just ultimately different people learn different ways. And some people just... Yeah, you know, I'm kind of talking out of my ass because I also remember thinking... if a character doesn't have a reversal, they're not balanced. That's what I thought when I first played. But I said a lot of other very
different characters have different
when I
tools.
first played fighting games. But, you know, everybody does, right?
I remember at the last moment I should have false stop. Oh wait, no I can't. Too late. Stop. I know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm just kind of doing it. I'm supposed to have
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Like, learning not to autopilot is really hard.
Especially because so much of what you do takes just hours and hours and hours of training to do the exact same thing. So when you get into it, you'll start to autopilot because that's what you have to do in training. So then learning how to get out of that.
Fighting games, like...
Alright guys, do it 2 out of 3 and I'll hop in.
Fighting games are terrible and you shouldn't play them. End of story.
I agree.
I really... Like, there's a reason that fighting games are such a niche genre.
Yeah.
This is how we get down to business.
Yeah. It,
Heaven or hell.
what was I gonna say? The fact that arcades are not really big, at least in America anymore, is definitely a part of it. Because just fighting games, even if you don't know what you're doing, if you're playing against somebody else who doesn't know what they're doing, they can be pretty damn fun.
Like, online should replace that.
I don't know, there's something about it that's not quite the same. Also, online for fighting games, I would argue, like, even GGPO being so good, having input lag just kind of, to a certain extent, makes it not work.
Yeah, and in some games that's better than others. Like
in Dota, you have if there's some input lag, it doesn't really matter. Well, like 5 frames. I've never played Dota.
Frames can be the difference between your shaker or your tire, or you hex it and kill it.
And I didn't understand a word you just said, you know?
Punch.
Tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
Are you chat?
Oh yeah, sure, thanks.
Go ahead, that does work.
It really, yeah. Well, it looks like they haven't really said anything since we were talking about Soul Calibur. People in the room right now. Anyway. What do I tap to check out?
Just click on the screen a bit. So come on here. Probably like 3 people.
Oh, 6 people actually. Man, fancy.
Yeah. Nobody wants to watch that dumb Smash Brothers. There's a million of them.
You say while you're playing Smash on your Switch. You know if anybody else is coming?
Isn't GG+R supposed to be coming?
Oh no! Oh fuck! Ah, I fucked it up! I had it! Is that 2?
I think it's just 1.
Yeah, you can go again. He's still in the middle of a.
Very important match.
Yeah. He's gonna knock him down and smash so you can set up a messy guessing. Yeah. You know, the problem is I don't know how many of these things are actually shit that Smash players
I
say.
used to think the same thing, and then...
Mamma Mia?
No.
I think the worst thing to me, what makes me the most upset, isn't even when the names are ridiculous, but when the names kind of make sense, but they're things that are already in fighting games that they just say a different thing for. Like, they call recovery ending lag.
Oh god, yeah.
Which is like...
Or like
it's
what
not
do they call land canceling? There's some term for that.
Isn't that like L canceling or something? No, that's if you're dodging the ground.
Where you, if you cancel a move while landing, and you end up... Like, there's this land cancel.
And it's like, it's almost more frustrating when the name makes sense, because you can tell they put enough thought into it to think of a name, but not enough thought to like look up what it's called in other fighting games. Jesse's.
Alright, so GG+R says, sorry, I gotta pass tonight. I'm down for tomorrow, though. I am down for tomorrow. I have nothing planned tomorrow. If you all want to show up tomorrow, we'll do it. Yeah, GG+R says... GG+R says they call recovery end lag because recovery is the term they use for returning to the stage.
I get it. they also just have names for things that we don't have names for.
Yeah.
Like sex kicks.
Oh yeah, no,
Which we just call a move with a lot of active frames.
yeah, but the thing is, the sex kick is pretty much universal. It's your jumping, neutral jumping. I think it is.
Yeah, that has a lot of hits.
Yeah, it just stays out forever.
Neutral jumping back A? Don't you just mean jumping back A? Yeah.
Oh no, I think it's back. No, it's just forward.
Yeah, the bear.
Because I use it all the time. Because I have a professional.
Smelly day. Yeah. I used to play Smash. I used to like play competitive Smash 4. Yeah, that was before I got into fighting games. So yeah, I'm a dirty 16.
Oh, is that this generation's version of an 09er?
I mean, it is just an 09er. It's just that people stop saying 09er and they say whatever year it is.
An 09er that started late?
Yeah, you wonder why this is a niche genre, but it doesn't get a lot of new people. Okay, you know, I say that, but when I got the game, when I first played fighting games, when I
You're
first
doing well. You have this. So half of it is me never FD. The other half is like I do like 2K, which is -2, and I'm like, okay, he's not gonna mash. He knows I can 2S after, so I'm gonna walk up and tick throw it. And then I eat 2S. I'm like, why are you mashing? Don't you know what I can
Well, I
do?
mean, I'm one of those players that doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to like, I just need to stagger my stuff.
That's like a
Yeah.
frustrating thing. For players. Don't know.
Yeah.
It's like you're a goose. You don't know how powerful your opponent is. You just go out in front of them and just mash at them. You know, with no fear.
and the worst part is
Like they can
sometimes
just
that
kick you
works.
away. Yeah, exactly.
And then you think that's just the strategy.
Alright. I have.
Oh, I didn't know Mike Z was here.
It's funny because I always choose Potemkin as my button check character,
Heaven or hell?
and Mike always chooses Viking as his button check character. So whenever we fight each other, he chooses Viking and I choose Potemkin.
Why do you even set your respect?
Example.
So, no, you have to set respect.
Oh,
How else are you gonna be able to
respect?
respect?
My bad. Change color.
No, well, not just that.
Oh, that's how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Respect. You press
Yeah, that's
respect and it
yeah, that's
tells you-
why I was just cycling between those 5 Venom colors, if anybody's wondering.
Duo. Let's rock.
Alright. Samurai Lady versus the guy with a giant slab of concrete and fire. Let's go. Why did you punish that? Sorry I haven't been looking at stream, guys. Let me just check again.
Too far away to throw.
Duo. Let's rock.
Oh right, I don't have Twitch on my phone. Never mind. I might honestly, yeah, I'll just get up and check the computer, see if anybody said anything.
Yeah, there's a pop-out window for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Duel, let's rock.
No, nothing to clip. Enos is a move too.
Oh, what's the
All series of
Chips is kind of useful.
Goody Ken.
Star.
Huh?
Goody Ken.
I thought this is air. This is an air move. So he just has two different ways of inputting that? Like, I thought that's quarter circle punch. Is it not? Maybe that's only in yard?
Yeah.
We had 2 air throw techs in that match right there. That was pretty impressive.
Select your character.
Yeah, we had 2 in there, Quash. Did you see both?
Heaven or hell. Duel, let's rock.
Oh, yeah. Somebody in chat just said it's quarter circle back punch in the air. Yeah, look, I'm sorry. I'll just wait for somebody to sit next to me who has to come and follow me. But I'm not just going to keep getting up and reading chat. That's hard. It's like, you know, there's 6 of you. You can just talk to each other, right? Yeah, stab him. Yeah!
Nice.
Cross up throw. The true tech.
Duel, let's rock.
Doing for 2D.
Yeah. I just forget that I can.
No, your 2D beats almost everything on mine. Your Shigen beats like your 2D.
I saw you were charging and I thought you had activated your IK. I was about to comment on that. Look like a damn fool.
He was gonna look like a damn fool. You already, by pointing it out, you already made yourself look like a fool.
Damn it!
I'd look like an idiot if I said that I thought that looked like an IK when I first saw it. Oh shit.
I mean, like, he's doing the power-up stance that everybody does for their instant kill.
Oh yeah, so thanks DQ. I felt like he was saying it's core circle back punch in the air. In Accent Core it was taunt in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, so in Plus R they changed that. But yeah, no, your 2D beats almost everything of mine. If you remember that one time when we were at Worlds Collide and you beat me 10 games in a row, a lot of that was because you were doing 2D so much. And at the time, I was actually practicing a whole bunch of what would beat your 2D, and my Yoshijin beats that. I knew it did, but it's harder to do against it. If I see you're going to do a 2D, then I'll Yoshijin. But Yoshijin almost never beats anything other than very specific moves. It's not something you see many Vikings do.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
So is that sliding knockdown she gets from her throw good?
I can come off of it.
You have to put him in the corner to do that, though.
Yeah.
Where's she getting all these beds from? So she has the same thing as May, right? Where she's actually like summoning those out of thin air without just hitting on the floor or anything. Do you think that the dolphins and the beds come from the same place? Like there's a bunch of dolphins swimming around, and there's also just a bunch of beds in the water too. You think that? You think that Vikings beds are wet? Well, nobody in chat appreciated my hilarious joke.
Well, it takes time for them to see.
I even went really close to the microphone when I said that for added effect.
Yes. I'm sure they'll appreciate it soon.
I'm grateful, bastards. There you go. Humble. Okay, I see a Kappa. I'm reading the chat. Something else for display. Yeah, that's right. For shoes. She's been stepping on the bed.
Duel. Let's rock.
Whoa. Where did our other Smash friend go?
He's probably out longer right now.
Oh.
Please
Like hanging out with Mandy.
character.
Yeah, so DKR's not making it tonight. I think Wing Zero's probably at that party for Bang. Birthday party over there at Hopper's Pizza.
So yeah, you're just stuck with us.
Just stuck with you guys.
Oh man, I am stuffy today.
So Allegari, you're a lot better against me when you're more aggressive and in my face. You know, if I'm the one who's constantly controlling the matching and putting the corner like that. So your goal should be to try and not be in the corner and also try and push on me and force me to make bad reads with my guard hand. That's usually what I see you do when you're successful. But yeah, Shin AT Proof might be showing up this month also. He's a Japanese player, but he grew up here and I used to play him a lot over here. And he moved to Japan for work and he's been over there for over 5 years now, I think.
Can I play after this one? Or are you guys in the middle of a set? Alright, after this one. Oh yeah, so good. I wish I had better commentary to make, but I don't know what the fuck's happening in this game. It's complicated. Oh. Yeah, it's probably good advice. I have not been talking to the microphone for most of this. I apologize if there's any crusty audio as a result. No invincibility on that super.
No, there's...
That super starts up in 3 frames, comes out 0 frames after the flash, has full invul not only during it, but immediately after it.
It's one of the most invulnerable supers in the game.
And does about 200 damage base.
So
that super is the entire reason I hate this matchup.
So what's going on is his Dragon Punch actually has more invul during
My
the later
Dragon
part.
Punch takes 12 fucking frames to come out. That's
So
why
he-
it invul.
Yeah. So it was just that particular clash, and he knew it, and he was trying to bait a super, and he beat me because of it. So, you know, good on him for doing that. I'm ready when you are, Allegari.
3, 2.
Yeah, this is why I don't commentate very often.
I learned it all.
Yeah.
Hi. We're used to that.
Yeah, somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. Can't wait to see that on the Discord tomorrow and have people.
I was speaking away from the shoot.
Please select your character.
You don't mean to be mean or anything about it.
No. It's like I just.
Hilariously incorrect.
It was. I am glad you said that. That was that amused me, and now I'm probably never gonna forget that super has an ability.
That's super. There's like no reason to have it in its.
I just like that you paused the game to say that too.
Alright, so this is the first part of the battle.
Duo, let's rock.
I'm surprised that Mike Z would be the one who's often saying stuff that's not correct. I thought it's the whole
You'll
breadth of
learn.
knowledge.
You'll learn all these kinds of things with when you're going to our casuals and stuff.
I guess MBC2 is the one he could just quote everything on.
He's
So,
Huh?
I plays a lot. I feel like actual
Well, then he was just lying in one of his tweets then. He said he knew MBC and said, okay, well, to be fair, he meant like the system and that thing, not just like frame data and stuff like that. That's fair. What was kind of an eye-opener for me was hearing him, like, talking online about if anybody would be willing to teach him how to play Beowulf. Because I didn't realize making the game, I thought if you make the game, you just know how to play every character, but that's really not the
completely
case.
different. Games are very cool.
Heavy or hell. Duo, let's rock.
Quash, that sounds like something Sims would say. He said knowing things is overrated.
Yeah, it is true. Like, you don't. Ian literally didn't know any frame game. I once tried to tell him something was like this and he was like a specific thing. And he's like, oh, that's shit for you. That's shit for
There.
Guaranteed. I can't believe you're mashing.
Duo, let's rock.
So is Tatami, like, what's its range on block?
There's 2 hitboxes.
Oh, so it depends on how it hits. Yeah!
So, Tatami has 2 hitboxes. The first hitbox is when the map comes out. Second hitbox is when it falls. The first hitbox, if you get hit by the first hitbox, the second hitbox won't hit you. But the second one will hit you. The first hitbox is minus thing or other. It's significant. It's not significantly minus, but it's minus enough. And after it, the second hitbox. The general rule is IB the first hitbox and then finish. If you didn't IB hitbox, then you can block one and wait. Or if you're a god, slap back. But that still doesn't count. Still recover. Back.
George says, Tatami is -6. It pushes you back far enough that it's not.
You can rocket and counter hit basically anything she does. That's punish that. Block first hit, rock.
There's 4 slots in there. Alligari plugged it into the one closest to you as a tech.
Here we go.
Yeah, good shit, Alligari.
Okay. It's like...
See, so what happened was, I steamrolled you, you took the time to reflect on what happened, and instantly adjusted based on it. That's exactly what you need to be able to do.
And it's not
Me
even
too.
just
I hate bike and mirror
not the
matches.
guard cancels. That's the thing. It's literally just the fact that I have a super that does 30% of my life. It's full info, and I can't bait it.
I like
It's
that super.
Like in beta, it's just jack shit.
I like that super.
If it did like 20%, or if it took like
It's like 150 damage.
1 or 2 frames after the flash, I would be perfectly okay with playing that matchup. Dumbass, like, blah blah blah, JH, B-jump, throw me out of forward tech setup? Yeah, sure, that's fine. I don't care. Hobby pressure in the corner? Yeah, sure, fine. Dumbass conversions from mid-screen into full corner combo? Yeah, sure, whatever. That super ruins so many, like, fucking plans. Ugh.
And it's invincible.
That is a
Yeah.
fucking crapshoot. But I take
Yes, remember it's invincible.
Yeah.
If I play you with my bike in, you'll remember it's invincible. Oh, apparently Hano is telling us that Chip's Shuriken move, or Shuriken move, is not flickable by Potemkin.
That's gotta be a clip. That has got to be. You excited to rematch Sim?
Yeah, I mean, we won't hold a Kumite for it, but we'll have a tournament with him in it. That'll be cool. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Having him here and playing games.
Yeah. Could we take here?
We can do Kumite here. I don't think it'd be necessary. We just have one with him. We could do like an exhibition maybe.
Yeah, were you guys enjoying this high level gameplay? Well, too bad. Now I'm here.
Everyone's gotta start something.
Yeah. At least I'm not mashing on way
You had the right idea there. What you want to do is you want the projectile go far enough ahead that I would have either have to stop and block it, burst it, and then come in. And if I burst, you punish me. And if I didn't burst, you get
Counter.
Yes, we got 9 viewers now. I guess this game's better than Smash.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. Now you have the right angle.
I also was not even thinking there. I was just thought.
Yeah, but that's you had the right.
Counter. Counter.
Yeah, Hollow, there's all sorts of weird little things I'm figuring out in Plus R that wasn't in accent core. It's like, wait,
So,
when did they change that? What?
go in real quick. So, this will probably be relevant, but hold down back. So, Gunblaze, it crosses the opponent, then a pillar hits. Hold down forward. Because crosser protection exists in this game, it's not, there's a couple ways to disable it. Opponent is passing through your opponent. For example, that hits crosser. That hits crosser. Because I'm going through this, I'm not you until now. Once I recover, I've technically moved my character back. The hit happens before that.
That's why when you were holding down forward and down back, you were still blocking in both directions.
Yeah, crosser protection.
So when you see that and you're like, oh shit, what direction is it? It doesn't matter.
So, one cross through gun
Except when
blade.
what he's gonna say here.
One cross through gun blade on either way. It's literally just pretty cool. However, if I do this, inside something.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. That can cross up. I don't genuinely remember which way it hit. Once you're knocked down, hold down back. Okay, it hits on the opposite side of it.
I always get hit by it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it hits that way. Just
Yeah,
remember
that's
which way
what I
that-
thought it was, but
So it hits whatever way the second
Gun blade started.
Gun blade-
well, so try it again.
there's
Just keep
one-
holding down forward the whole time when you're doing that. Okay, so there you go. So that
So
one
there's
actually.
one exception to this. Gold burst.
That's not what I meant to do.
Deactivate
Well-
okay.
You go back to 19. There you go. Well, no, it's too late now because now you're not.
Well, we need to end the match.
Only 9 seconds left.
Close to the outdoor. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're,
okay.
just
run out.
slash me. Yeah.
Run out.
Run at me,
Just keep
full
charging
slash.
at it. Just run out.
Okay, that's good. Now hold FD. FD disables.
Oh.
So
Yep.
if you FD gunplays, I don't fucking know what's negative. Really.
Yep.
If you just normal block it, you have crossover.
So don't FD Gunblaze.
I can also do.
And if it's gonna chip you to death, you're fucked.
I can also do this. And FRC it, but it doesn't actually.
Well, actually, let me just try one more thing.
Sure.
Do that again. Let me
The
try
FRC.
FDing the other way.
Or the FRC.
Either one.
Okay.
Oh, well, I wasn't looking. I wasn't ready.
There you go. Oh, and the other important thing is, entire time I'm doing combos while I'm next to you, I'm throwing.
Yep. Yep.
You can throw me once I
Oh yeah, because you said you're
I'm not technically doing parry. So, if I just do dumb stuff like that, you just
Yep. I do.
Oh, right. That's an over.
right.
Crouching over.
I knew that.
That's a low.
So DQRF says he plays a Soul player. I can do Oki Gunflame, FRC, and air dash over them, and they can down back the entire time and still block it.
That's because That's because projectiles, the fault of how these games. Projectiles inherit the hit properties of whatever sprite they came out. So, like in Melting Blood, when one of the lead, whichever lead puts down the Dorito, lead can put down a Dorito, and the Dorito remembers which way the opponent has to move it, and then he can do some weird cross-up setups where he gets on the side, and then pushes the opponent to that Dorito in block stun, and the opponent will have to purposely block towards side Len is now on in order to block the Dorito. In Guilty Gear, if the projectile would hit you other way that the opponent is currently facing, you can just block it either.
Yeah. You see that with Testament.
Yeah.
So Quash wants me to say that mention that after air throw, cross-up protection is disabled.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Damn, so that's why people got blade. Okay, good to know.
Ready?
And DKR said he hasn't tested what he talked about with Palace Defense though.
Okay. As far as I know, FD disables. Yeah, this game is way less fucked. That shit just over. Nathan knows exactly what I'm talking about.
That's fun.
Fucking someone posted this Seiko Haku photo where the Oki is the same side or sub, depending on this frame difference with it when she hit J.
That's great.
Were you making a joke when you said Dorito, or is that a character?
It's a triangle.
It's a spinning triangle.
Spinning triangle
so
that they can
Doritos.
activate and it flies, or it flies towards whichever direction. And I think
So
it's
that-
like F-led or F-led like C.
Do I have really bad defense, or is this just
This is the tricks are. I'll slow down my offense.
Or no, it's fine. I wanna like actually play and try to figure some of this out.
Okay.
Or I'll like look it up later.
Tips I can give you are one, ID a lot more. ID reduces block stun by up to 4 every time. So you don't want to spam it. You want to say there's X normal coming up. I'm gonna ID it and get the here. Second, you can hold up back. Sometimes they don't actively find against it. Or see them target it. Three, especially for that. RS, 2S, IP, they're all really good votes. And when I do like charge cancel run back up, right. Charge cancel takes 13 frames. So I technically have about 3 frames of reaction pitch. But if I'm not doing that, or if you deactivate the rest of my you like, basically have to make a guess. Every time I charge cancel, I'm either going to run back up, gonna jump, or get a frame shot. And you basically just have to figure out which one I'm going to do, or fuzzy. Like, Universal's higher thing is the moment he starts with you, the game becomes a person.
Right.
But he's also
he's
super
really
low.
bad at actually getting that hit.
Yeah, he's super low damage, and he doesn't have resources, he's just a pressure monster. And if you just block, the only thing you can do is enter into a high, wait for a high, which is
Or jump.
Hey, left. You can react to it. Ian would just Ian would just anti him every single time I go.
So regarding the air throw cross-up protection, Hano says, you guys fucking knew that already. Maybe you didn't know it, but you knew it.
I definitely
Remember the
did
old
not know.
corner air throw land reed severed glitch? In quotes? That crosses them up, stuff like that.
Oh no, I wasn't around then. Remember? I had no fucking idea. The only cross-up reed sever setups I know of is S-Almo's stupid ass with 5P reed sever. Whoa, that was wild. So I RC'd 6H and accidentally got jumped. And
Whoa!
it was-
You can see his eyes during his burst?
Yeah, 6 up the sun.
That's the only time he ever does that. I don't think he even does that in guitar.
There's the sunglasses off on his intro.
Yeah, but you can't see his eyes. So it doesn't count.
Really good. And combos.
Let's rock.
Oh, I get to do this. Yeah, 6P's got one. 6P beats everything I want. Yeah! Got it first try.
Hey guys, I know we got like 11 people watching right now, so I just want to point out that I just put the Discord invite. So if you guys want to join the GG+R Discord, you can see the link to that in the chat box there. I'm the admin there, so if you have any questions, let me know. Got a lot of friendly people there who help people play. We edit the wiki, we share videos, we shitpost, all sorts of stuff. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Ask Oreo's Speedwagon his opinions on large necks.
Aki is my favorite character.
When I was thinking about maining Mito, I'm sorry, Anji Mito, and I was saying, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of how he looks. He just said, yeah, I just got a pretty big neck.
Anji does have a pretty big neck.
I'm sorry, man needs your help. Man needs to defeat the do so. He needs your credit card number, expiration date, 3
Three
digits
numbers on the back.
And your mother's maiden name.
We'll find that.
I don't know why I picked RoboCount. I have literally no idea. I mean, I know how to play him, but I haven't researched him enough to have any idea. You can't just feel RoboCount, you know? Like, all of his moves are weird.
I've never played a RoboCount, but I'll take it.
How do I know if I got an instant block correctly?
Go flashlight.
Yeah, your whole sprite with flashlight.
Very simple. Also, failing an instant block. See, instant block the last hit of Arch Thunder. Also, if you fail an instant block, you're locked out.
Oh, so it's kind of like parrying Third Strike.
If you parry a third strike, you get hit. Or you miss parry a third strike,
the
you just
bigger
get hit.
risk.
Because you're not blocking as like
Well,
an option.
I think like
You
no,
just get hit.
but I think also even if like nothing hit you, if you press forward.
What you're probably thinking of is red parries.
Yeah.
So if you start blocking a move, you then can't parry it unless you do a red parry, which is a much smaller window.
Well, what I'm talking about actually is that.
Or talking and playing at the same time, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were just really into it, but no, like.
I was like, yes, keep talking to Allegari, I'll win.
I mean, it also doesn't help that I don't know how to play Slayer very well. And by the way, I know how to play him, but I'm not good at it now.
But you don't need to be. Just look at Sims.
I was just about to make that.
We make fun of him, but he kicked all of our asses in the Kumite. He's just doing the stupidest shit the whole time.
M-Song!
You can link his crouching his 2K into his how do I keep doing that? Into his close slash in his card. Like you can't do that in
Oh
this
no,
game.
yeah, his rods are completely different.
You would have never understood. Why do you like so I understand backdash cancel. But like what I don't understand the logic of you need to press up to get the invincibility
So backdash is
for
only
a grounded special.
backdash is only jump cancelable, but there it is.
Yeah! Like, I get it, it's like, it's jump cancelable, but then, since when, can you,
So backdash is only jump cancelable, but that doesn't get you a special move. Jumps special can.
oh.
So the invuln frames carry over to the jump, and then whatever frames the jump has carries over to the special.
Yeah. I guess they just didn't want to make it, they wanted to make sure there was an execution barrier. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Quash is trying to give some helpful advice to Allegany. If you're gonna play low tier in this game, don't pick Robokai. Pick Cliff. Yeah, or Ava.
I actually know how to
play
play.
it.
I actually do kind of know how to play.
I can play out, sort of.
So Hano. Hano says I should ban people from my house if they play Under Construction.
I agree.
I actually pick Under Construction at this house. Under Construction. In fact, I should make the official Guilty Gear +R tournament rules. Grand finals have to be Under Construction only. Much like that.
What is under construction? Is that a state?
Yeah. Wing Zero says Allegary's playing Robokai. Play Johnny and do your best impression of him.
Bad.
So is that the key talking?
Yeah, that's it.
Very Celsius, but yeah.
Away! Away! I want your key! Why is this working so well? Yeah, but if you buff yourself, then she's the best character. It's what the wiki says, that means it's true. Yeah!
Don't listen to tier list bullshit.
Not tier lists, just like
Skeletal Minion won Evo with ABBA in 2017. You can win with ABBA. And Cliff was the 3rd place character.
I'm more talking about how when I think it is pretty accurate to say that when she has her buff active, she's basically the best character. Right? Oh, right. Yeah!
Please select your character.
Still play Sam.
Heaven or hell. Duo. Let's rock.
PQRF says the ABBA wiki page is basically a transcription of Skeletal Minion's ABBA guide.
My 6P. Nah, that's the hitbox.
Duo. Let's rock.
Heavy slash. There. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Why else would you dash forward that much if you're just going to throw it a poke? Man, so that mix-up is not super real. Like, it seems to be pretty reactive. Especially when I don't execute it correctly.
Please select your character.
I can't seem to change. I guess.
Have to hit.
No, but like I think I might. I can't remember what I bound. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't want to.
You bound it to R3.
I was pressing R3 though. Oh, okay.
Duo. Let's rock.
What song? Whose song is this anyway?
Robokai's song.
Wait, I thought Robokai's song is like the weird.
That's
version.
also Robokai's song.
He says too?
Yep.
Three.
What's his third one?
This.
Yep, under construction 1, under construction 2. I agree.
Oh, so that is a mix-up. It's just that I've been doing the overhead way too much.
I'm just IDing. Like, against someone who's just hard guessing.
But
But I should just ID crouch. And ID crouch, fuzzy block high.
I haven't seen my Zapper yet. I love how you're not even grabbing him. You know what I think my favorite thing about Zappa is? He doesn't dress like that because he's possessed. It's just what he dresses. He just wears this big black thong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some 5D mixed over crouching?
I mean, it probably lifts.
You need to shake.
There you go. Gotta get that wiggle.
It's pretty low shake. You're not used to it.
Yeah, I don't really shake enough.
Yeah, for stagger like that, the only thing that affects it is left and right directions.
Right.
So no buttons, no anything like that.
Not if you did.
No, that's what happens in mini fighting games for Dizzy, and that does count for Dizzy in this game.
So Mike's just
Well, he probably said that because that's what it works with most games, when it's not just left or right. You might as well. What I've heard him say is he's not sure, so he might as well just do the corners and miss the corners anyway. Not wrong.
They want to
For all stuff
ask
that's left.
Fred how he matches. Figure out the scene.
just left and right for that. But getting out of dizzy, the buttons and all directions count.
Red.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him match. Did the monster mash? Alright, I'm gonna be right back from the couch, guys.
Please select your character.
Do those, I forget what it's called, but when I do that, like, guard cancel or something, yeah, is that slow tension game at all?
Yes. So when you have a settlement, wait, you can still have like you're right there. You're just choosing.
I did not realize I did mechanics like that,
Duo, let's rock. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Ah, shit. Not even changing the direction. Wait, what?
Hit you like.
Oh.
Duel. Let's rock.
Close slash. One of the best moves in the game, but you're almost never allowed to use it. Okay, it's not one of the best moves in the game, but it's one of Venom's best moves. And it just doesn't really get to use it very much. Like, look at that. It was that close, and it still didn't come out. Ah, I fucked it up.
Laugh. Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
I got an air.
Laugh.
Here's
Duel. Let's rock.
Why do I...
You. Please select your character.
But now you can't because you changed characters.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Look how good I am at fighting games! Hey, you wanna make a hilarious Twitch joke on the stream? Ask me, hey, can I have some spare sand? Ask if you can have some muscle.
Hey.
Golden Cream says, I wish I could have gone there tonight so I could bully Alligari for bullying Chow Wow.
Come over here, John. I don't get to play your house. Also, we'd see who would be the bully. Feel pretty free.
John?
Yeah, the versus free.
Oh, I thought you were saying John was pretty free.
No. I would never call someone. I only call myself that.
Please select.
I think I'm gonna make this the last one.
Okay. So I don't bully.
I'll hop in on that.
Only showing him honest kind.
Yeah.
Honest
There's not enough of that in SoCal.
There is a
We just have dishonest kind neutral.
Nostalgic is like our last hope. All he does is dishonest kind.
He's got salty chicken nuggets. Yeah.
Am I kind neutral? 100.
Counter.
I miss the X2 announcer.
It sounds like English wasn't his first duel.
What? What gave that away?
But like he doesn't sound like a Japanese man either. I wonder who he is.
That is blood from X2 also. Oh, she just had bad taste in announcers.
You and
I know, I love the blood. It's awesome. You're getting like slashed by a sword. Why is there no blood?
Please select your character.
No, man, I'm sorry.
For what it's worth, your fundamentals are better. Basic gameplay you have is good. It's just you need to know what you want to do with your life. Or stop here.
So yeah, so I really do just have the basics down. It's just now I need to start
Yeah.
buffing up,
Like,
like
start watching
sanding
match
off
footage.
the edges.
Start watching match footage. See what people go. As time goes, hard to learn like.
but you have a basic idea of that right now. Watch a bunch of footage from like how good an animator is, because it's way different. But you can watch Ace all set. Mix up.
And show me why.
There's also
there's that exhibition.
Yeah, that. Other hands run.
Yeah.
I'm
Are you
probably
leaving right now or pretty soon?
pretty soon. Yeah, I'm calling a left right now.
Yeah, let me know, because then I'll walk you out.
All right. Thank
When they got like 5 minutes in there.
you. Hey, let me know the
Okay.
on my stick.
His speed up character. His speed up character. That needs to come back. You mean the ones like Dial? This is the one who had like a touch.
Yeah.
I was like,
Go home and be a family man.
yeah, there's a bunch of really fucked up beat up character portraits. Beat up Elena.
And DJ's like jaws hanging down.
Yeah, beat up Elena is like
Oh yeah.
fucked up beyond belief. Remember when Street Fighter?
I remember that. I love the puking. That was cool.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One. Let's rock. Please select your character.
Okay.
Heaven
Better
or
watch.
hell? Duel. One. Let's rock. Counter. Counter. Please select your character.
Fuck. Is and still go. It's the
Heaven or hell? Duel. One. Let's rock.
actually trying to 6K, not Course Ford. It's just I had done the motions for Course Ford on the way to 6K. It was like, and then you threw me out.
Your character.
God damn it.
Right, every single time I
Heaven or hell.
I go, let's-
2, 1, let's rock.
It's 2-1-0-3-1, right?
Ah, that was
Yeah,
B, not
yeah.
2H.
Duel. Let's rock. You win. Duel. Let's rock.
We know you need me to walk you out.
Samurai, more like
Sam
Sam.
Atlas. We have a link to the Discord in the chat. Pretty active in there. If you join and just talk about the character.
Yeah, for
help
sure.
out with that, and we have a bunch of people might be able to find an offline scene for because that play is pretty crappy.
Is
So,
that my phone?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what,
Can
dude?
I
it's-
actually have it on copy paste.
Sure,
no
no
problem.
He's already 2 minutes away, so.
Okay, I'll walk you out now.
Hey,
Yeah, Samurai, more like Sam, more eye,
Mori.
because Biken only has one eye.
There we go. Good one.
Yeah.
Very good one.
Singer.
Oh yeah, real quick. Also, Zan, I also help organize locals, like where you can find them and all that kind of stuff for Plus R, because this game's amazing. So, yeah. So go on the Discord. I'm the admin over there, CFG. So talk to you later. I'm gonna go walk out Chow Wow real quick. So I'll be right back. I am back. Had to walk out our new friend Chow Wow out to the parking lot there for his lift ride. I did see something in the chat. I missed a little bit of it. I saw BioCoke asking if there are other characters in this game besides just Ortisoul, Baiken, Testament, and Zappa. However, yes, in fact, every single character is very playable in this game.
Select your character.
You can, the tier list has Testament, Zappa, Baiken is kind of the top tier, and maybe some Dizzy in there too. But you can play anybody. Really, like, just go ahead and play anybody, because every single character has won a major in tournament. And you can continue to do the same thing. So just because a character is more top tier doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be more likely to win, unless you're Keisuke. What, I missed Allegari? Yeah. Well, it's not a garbage super. It does a lot for its... Okay. Allegari's catching up on chat here. But yeah, so there's actually a lot of people in Florida, Zane. So you're welcome to chat with those players. Just a whole bunch of different regions, because Florida's pretty spread out. But you can find locals for, you know, if you're in like all the places there. I'm not a Florida local, so I got like there's some people in Tallahassee, Miami, Orlando, I think a little bit in Tampa. Once GLHF comes back in Jacksonville, you might see some more play over there too.
Hano and or Quash, I got the question. Yeah, Viking Super makes me mad. Also, Hano, that super's fucking good. How is that super bad? 3 invul non-startup, 0 after the flash, shit tons of damage. Like, I don't get how anyone could think that's not good.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One, let's rock. Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One, let's rock.
Yep. I decided not to tech that throw this time.
Or no, I meant the double ones. Should've been double. No,
I tried and just missed it.
oh, right.
Counter. Duel. Let's rock.
I missed it, so it's my fault. Jumped too early.
Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Duel. Let's rock. Counter. Select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Counter. Counter. Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Counter.
Welcome back, Zane. Like we were talking about with the Discord, you know, if you have any questions about it, let me know.
Duel. One, let's rock. You win. Duel. Let's rock.
That was a pretty awesome tech right there.
Please.
Zero frame throw tech.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One, let's rock. Duel. Let's rock. Counter. Counter.
Damn 2K.
Select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Please select your character.
There hasn't been much said on chat yet. Yeah.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Here comes Daredevil.
Thanks for falling. Keep forgetting the time when you're leveled up.
I all the time. Just 15 frames.
You win! Please select your character.
How's it going, chat? By the way, thanks for following. I didn't catch who it was. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna pull up my Streamlabs here. It should say all the login.
Auto. I have a lot of things. Normally I go for an uppercut. I need to grab more. Chucking me out, basically.
It's the player, not the matchup. Grabs are normally very, very strong against Biken.
Please select your character.
By the way, it was Zane Atlas. Thank you, appreciate it for the follow.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One, let's rock. Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Counter. Duel. Let's rock. Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Yeah.
Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One, let's rock.
Previous two.
Please select your character. Heaven or hell. Duel. One, let's rock.
so I'm gonna take a break.
Okay.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One. Let's rock. Duel. Let's rock.
Let me take a break. Yeah, that stutter step. That should be called the Aligari step. Run up first break. Run up faultless. Run up faultless.
Couple of them. Playing every other matchup. Oh, I let them go. Why did I let them go? Look back on it. What are they? Oh no.
Yeah, there's stuff where like I'm fighting and like you've got 50% meter, so I'm a lot more cautious.
Yeah.
First break.
Head.
Yeah.
Red. 3, 2. Stutter step. Stutter step. Low.
So who here's going to Frosty Faustings? Oh, that's one thing I've been working on a little.
Oh no, I didn't react to Yozansen because it's 1 a.m. and I'm tired, and I've been playing literally since 8.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to go for a lot more of, where if I've got you in corner, and I know Super's not going to work, and I've got 50% meter, Yozansen Roman cancel, you know?
Yeah,
If
I
it
mean,
works-
out of the blue, it's a lot better because what you've been doing, I've told you this before, but just in general, you do, I think it's like 2K 6P frame trap.
Yeah.
Every single frame trap loses to DP.
Mhm.
So, you know.
Well, everything loses to DP. So I have to work around you not doing DP.
Yeah, but the
You need
idea
to- I
is
mean,
you
I
could just
could
let
block.
2P recover. Yeah. Because, like, I'm either.
If I let 2P recover, you're just going to hit me.
Well,
If 2P or
Or
not
6P.
6P. If I let 6P
oh, is it
recover,
that minus?
yeah,
Okay.
you'll hit me.
That's
now
wild.
6P will Gatling into 6K,
Mm-hmm.
and I could do that, but I don't have anything after 6K.
Okay, so IB on the second
I
hit
can
of
special
6P.
cancel 6K. Well, I can do 6K into
Can
5H
you do,
into
can you do
Terminator Run.
6P Terminator Run?
6P won't go into Terminator Run.
Okay,
6K
that sucks.
6K won't, but 6K will go into 5H,
Then
which will go to Terminator
I would
Run.
say be careful about using 6P
Oh, yeah.
because
6P's jump cancelable though.
Okay, that's the thing. Then you need to start doing that, because what I'm doing is, if I see 6P, I try to IB the second hit, and if I get it, I 5K, and if I don't, I DP, and that just beats every follow-up, because you don't jump cancel and just block.
Yeah, and I could jump cancel, and oftentimes I do. If you see me do a Yozansen,
yeah,
that's because I'm jump canceling.
But like, just jump cancel and
just
block.
jump cancel and block.
And if it's 5K, you can't really do anything about it. You know, that's just something you have to hold and think about. But if it's DP, you block it, and you're on the ground, or you recover before I can FRC, and you can just chuck me. So, just food for thought.
My block strings have improved a lot over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I know when I was first starting off, like, block strings were just, I was lost.
Yeah.
I would try and just hit you and not actually do a full-on string where you have to guess through the whole time. I've been getting better at that. Keep an eye on chat here. Those are nice chairs, but man, sitting for that long, it hurts.
My eyes are hurting.
Yeah.
Well, they're like 9, so almost 4 straight hours.
So I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I think DQF might show up tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do, what we're gonna plan.
I have like 2 events. Man, I really want to. Sorry, against DQF.
I want to also.
I'll see if I can. No, I can't.
There was some stuff I was testing out with 5K versus a lot of his normals, and I wanted to see that against him.
I really want to play DQF. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he might not show up again too, and that's fine. What I was thinking of doing was just a casual, like, unlock characters in Smash Brothers stream, you know? So we'll see how it works out tomorrow. I'll do something.
I'm just super happy Sims is coming down.
Yeah.
So now we'll have at least 2 people that can play.
Yeah,
that can actually give him a match in Melty Blood.
And Shin might be coming down too. Shin AT proof.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll see how that works out.
Okay. Oh man. I'm gonna beat Sims. Finally gonna do it. Now that I know I can IB 5K and 5K in between them and punish him, finally gonna do it. Can only get 1 or 2 5Ks on me now.
I have been getting better at calling out bursts. Like at the beginning of the night, I wasn't, and then at the end of the night, I was.
I need to start baiting your bursts, and by start baiting, I mean actually block them, because I know exactly where you're gonna burst. If I counter hit you with Fafnir, you burst on my close slash.
Yeah.
If I level 3 rocket you, you burst the 3rd hit.
Yeah.
Everything else you just burst on close slash, and I need to start jump cancel blocking it. There was one unintentionally where I counter hit Fafnir you and did running JH to get the dust loop, and you burst and it just went slightly over me, and I just
I remember that one.
Flew straight through you. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I do have burst patterns. Against Order Soul, I definitely want to save my burst for when you hit me with a level 3 move.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, I'll burst and then I'll run away until your
burst
leader
Fafnir
goes away.
and burst level 3, because even if I block and punish it, it's gonna be less damage.
Yeah. So that's almost always what I want to save it for. If I panic, I'll use it somewhere else. With other characters, I might often use a burst to keep pressure where I knock them back into the corner, because keeping them in the corner is so important for Baiken.
I can understand that.
Yeah, so I'll do that, and a lot of times I'll burst if I did some call and I missed, and I'm just like, oh shit, and I don't even think, and I'll burst, you know. So like if I
those are the ones winged steals.
Me,
those are the ones winged steals.
Yeah, that I know I do, and that I need to work on. The other 2 are good options. I mean, I should definitely be bursting against your level 3. If you hit me with level 3 anything.
Yeah, it's.
I need to start blocking your overhead move too.
What I need to start doing, I labbed it a bit, but they're really fucking hard to do, is off level 3 BRP, if you don't burst the first 2 hits, I can do Gunblaze Loop, and they're completely burst safe, and they do the most damage.
Yeah.
But they're also really fucking annoying.
I didn't think Gunblaze Loops would have done more damage than a lot of severe other stuff.
Surprising. Yeah, it's like level 3 BRP, Level 2 Gunblaze, level 2 Gunblaze, level 2 Gunblaze, JKS, JKS, DP. And it's like 280? It's a lot of fucking damage. I stopped doing mid-screen level 3 Gunblaze, or level 3 BRP, SH, Bandit Revolver, because the super jump combo gets me like 40 or 50 more damage, and it doesn't guarantee hard knockdown, but if I start it close to a corner, it gets hard knockdown.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, one thing you're really good at too is you've called me out a couple times where I'll do an IAD at you and you just jump through me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just Order Soul stuff.
Yeah. I mean, because I've practiced in training mode a lot to be able to IAD Tatami.
Oh, okay.
Because the input for that's
Yeah.
like nuts. So just doing that, it's like, oh right, I've finally got it. You know, because I want to advance forward and drop autonomy at the same time,
Oh,
and that's part of a
Kyrie
combo.
autonomy. Okay.
Well, it's not Kyrie.
Oh, okay.
Kyrie's different.
Huh.
Kyrie makes you fall down while you're doing the Tatami.
Ah, okay.
I'm just IADing in Tatami while I'm IADing.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kyrie has its uses too. I haven't really practiced that one as much. Slash Gordon does that all the time though.
Yeah.
He's an execution god though.
As befitting an Eno player.
Yeah. You should tell Kane he should play Eno.
But she doesn't have an infinite.
No, he doesn't have an infinite.
For Kane.
You know,
God, in a
HNK
game
doesn't
no
have
one
any
plays.
infinites in the game. No infinites in HNK. It's got an infinite prevention system.
Did you see the thing I linked in, it was Backyard of the H&K tournament?
I didn't watch it, but I saw
There
you
was
linked
this
it.
really fucked up interaction where, it was Joggy versus Shin, and Joggy puts down gasoline, Shin's in the gas. Shin does Vanishing Strike, fully charged. Joggy instant blocks it. I think like 2K, or 2 light kick, Vanishing Strike. Shin instant guards it, but for some bizarre reason, Shin instant guards it, Joggy gets boost. And for some fucking weird reason, Joggy just boosts straight through Shin, and then two light kicks, it hits him on the other side with, like, he's completely backwards to him and fucking still hits him with the 2 light kick, and then converts it.
Wow. So
And it
weird.
was like, I've never seen that happen. So I said to Tahano and Akido, and they're both like, what the fuck?
I saw the reaction to that, yeah. That's crazy.
Oh man, HUK is a great game. There was also, in the same match, Joggy lands 1 jumping light punch and fully converts it into a basket combo off, like, the most random hit. And I'm like, yeah, that's HUK.
That's HNK.
Imagine losing your entire life bar because you got hit with a jumping light punch once.
Yeah, and against Rao.
Oh yeah, because you get hit once and then you die.
Well, yeah. But also, because he's so tall, there's like a move that you can do where you can hit him before the screen even shows that, like, your punch even went out.
That's beautiful.
Because the game has like 3 frames of lag or whatever, and the punch like comes out in the 3 frames.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So you're already hit before the punch is even visible, and that's the infinite. You're done.
Truly, you were already dead.
It's only Rao because he's so tall. We'll only work on him.
I mean, he gets enough to make up.
Yeah, well, yeah. HUK.
Fucking HK stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just still remember the stupid Mamiya versus Joggy at round end. Like, after KO, Mamiya puts down the bomb car, and then round 2 starts, and the bomb car is still going, and it hits Joggy pre-round start and does damage.
Wow. What a game.
What a game.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna play any more tonight.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty
I might-
exhausted too. But
Okay. I
for
might
those of
pack
you
it
who
up
were
there.
watching, I really appreciate. We had 14 viewers tonight. So
Oh my
awesome.
god, nice.
I want to remind everybody, I'm not doing this for bits, but I do accept bits if you guys want to donate.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
wish list, right?
well, that's, yeah, so I do have an Amazon
I
wish list.
forgot to grab some beer.
And all that really is just like more recording equipment. I'm going to buy all that stuff eventually.
Yeah.
If you guys want to get it for me, it's on the Amazon wish list. You scroll down a bit and you can see it. But totally not necessary. But also, if you donate bits, it really helps me out. I appreciate it. You know,
Yeah.
it gives me something. But also, you can get those for free just by like watching commercials on Twitch. But again, I don't do it for it, so no big deal. I'd much rather you guys, any new players, join the Discord.
Yeah, for real.
That's the most important thing.
I'm glad we got another Florida boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Florida needs more players to motivate people. They've got the players, but those players aren't motivated, is the thing.
Yep.
Like, I was talking to one of them, it's like, hey, I just did the search on Google Maps for where you're at. And it's like an hour and 10 minutes drive for the tournament. It's like, I don't want to go. It's like I drive 2 hours to go to Azusa from B-Sides. I'll do it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna do Guilty Gear every Friday. At this point, we're doing Smash Brothers every Wednesday, and then we're doing a miscellaneous fighter every Tuesday. Tuesday. Last week was Killer Instinct. This next upcoming week is CBS 2. And yeah, join the Discord. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, Discord's going to be on the description box.
Zane, if you're still there, if you teach you everything I know. Everyone keeps saying, hey, I'm going to learn. I'm like, great, I'll teach you. And then no one fucking learns. It's the most depressing thing. It's super easy. Swear to God, this character's so fucking easy.
I met an old Guilty Gear player friend of mine from back at FFA. His name's Gil. What did he go by as his handle? I forgot. He was a Soul player. And I played a lot with him. He said he pretty much quit video games in general. Oh, that sucks.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to show things. But I always appreciate it when you show up. I always end up learning something new every single week, and I only do that because I can fight people. You know, so I really appreciate it. Alright, have a good night, guys. I'm turning off the stream.